Hello traders and market club members everywhere. Well, here we are. It's Friday. We've come to the end of a very, very volatile week, to say the least. But we want to start looking at the biggest loser. And the biggest loser for the week, in our opinion, was crude oil. Crude oil was down 3.71%, but something's happening there that I think you should be aware of. It's not there yet, but it's getting very close. And what we're looking at is the possible divergence. We've talked about negative and positive divergences before on this blog, but you can see how prices are going down like this. But you've really kind of flattened out here with this indicator, the RSI indicator. And typically what can happen is when you have momentum in the stock prices, or in this case, crude oil prices are going down, and the momentum isn't falling, it usually is setting up for a reverse. It's too early to say that's happening right now, as we have a 90 score and the trend is clearly down. We've done extremely well here. You can see the situation. We're short from 52 on the weeklies, or the monthly rather, which is right here, 58.69, which is right up here somewhere, and last signal we have was 42.69, which is just has a few points in it. But nonetheless, it's been a super trading environment for our trade triangles for the month of July and August. Let's move on. Next market we're looking at is gold. It's clawed its way out of bear market. It's not over with yet. You can see our monthly and weekly are still negative. We have a 55 score indicating a trading range. However, we are above the 50 line on the RSI, indicating that some sort of trending is taking place. You can see that right here. It's not dissimilar to what happened right here, but we could just go over for a very short period of time and then pop back under. And once we were under, you can see that this stayed in place for a long time. All of this time, this is all indicating that the market was going down. Only when you get it over the 50 line does it indicate that you're seeing some sort of trending position. But we rely on our trade triangles more than anything else to tell us which way this market's going. However, the market is up for the week. It's up 2.28% for gold, and that's the best week we've seen in quite some time in this market. One of the big winners we have this week has been the euro. It's plus 70. The weekly and the daily are positive. That's how we trade this market, with the weekly and the daily. And you can see we put the weekly in. It kicked in on Tuesday at 11.27, 1:11.27. So there you go. It's 118 right now, so it's definitely looking good. We're just moved and closed over the 200-day moving average, which is another good sign. You're over the 50 line on the RSI, indicating further strength in this market. Resistance should come in, I think, somewhere around this level right here, which is the previous highs, and I think that's what we're going to be looking at in the future, somewhere up towards these highs right here, so the 114 level. So let's see how that plays out. Now this is where it's been crazy in the indices. It's been choppy. We had the yuan devalued, and look at these swings we're seeing here. This is Monday. You're up a huge amount, up over 200 points. Next day, Tuesday, down 200 points. Huge move on Wednesday. Came right back, closed actually higher for the day, practically unchanged for the day. And for the week, we're actually up 0.2%, 0.20%. Hard to believe. So this is where we closed last week. You can see we've just gone nowhere in the space of a week. Now, that's not to say the market has turned around and we're in a bull market. We really are not, because there's the score, minus 100. That's a downtrend. You're below the 50 line on the RSI. That's not a good sign. I would say probably the best way to be in this market right now is to be out of it, period. Pretty much the same picture for the S&P 500. Very broad, volatile swings. Monday, big up day. Tuesday, big down day. Wednesday, a big down day, followed by another big up day. Really volatile. And we are still, as you can see, we're still just below the 50 line right here. You can see it just below the 50 line. However, the market is practically unchanged for the week. It really hasn't gone anywhere. You're actually up 0.28% in this market, which is really kind of pathetic when you think about it. But again, you've got a minus score of 100, indicating the major trend is still down in this major indice. NASDAQ is a little bit different picture. We've talked about this before. It's the only one that still has a monthly trade triangle. It's positive. This is the bigger trend right here. This is what we talk about when we talk about the big trends. This is the trend reversal. It's still positive, so that's a good sign. This is negative, indicating you should be out on the sidelines right now. And we have a score of 70, minus 70, which is a trading range. The other thing to look at, of course, is you're still below the 50 line. So we could go either way today, but generally speaking, this has got more potential than the Dow or the S&P 500, simply because of the monthly trade triangles. These are very important. We watch them very, very closely. So let's see what else we have for you. Now, these are the stocks we mentioned on Monday in our special report. You can go back. We've linked it on the blog, but you can see where we got in and what happened. This is the Monday was the close, and we closed right there at 34.93. We closed yesterday at 35.58 for a nice small gain, but nonetheless a gain in what has been a very choppy market. The energy stocks are definitely the place to be right now, at least these ones that we're finding right now. Same pretty much with Southern. We got in at 45.44. It's 46.17. Not big gains, but certainly still positive, and which is what we're looking for. And the last stock we looked at was Dominion Resources. And you can see that's really been a bigger winner for us. We got in at 72.33, and it's 74.94 right now on the close on Thursday. So those stocks look good. Let's see how this week works out, but be careful. Don't trade too heavily because these are very volatile markets. They can swing around quite dramatically. I'm Adam Houston. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back on Monday, and we'll see what's cooking then. Thanks for watching.